Hello my dear viewer, welcome to my YouTube channel Maths Master Samang. Today also I am offering you a new fresh video. This is also an extension of the previous two videos on translations. And, before this video I have issued release two more videos on translations. There is translation 1 and translation 2 for those videos, and it will be helpful for you to understand this video. Today's video is on properties of translations. Now, properties of the translations. Properties means the features of translations. Then before discussing the properties of translations, we must look at why we learn properties of translations. What is the importance of properties of translations? That is, in examination questions, you are not given a translation alone in the same question. You are given a set of transformations. It may contain translation, reflection, rotations, enlargements, many other types of transformations. So out of those, when the question contains a lot of transformations, lot of types of transformations, you have to identify translations from several types of transformations. To identify translations, you have to go by the properties of translations. You have to see whether the particular transformation has the properties of translations. If it has the properties of translations, then it can be identified as a translation. That is why you should learn properties of translations. That is the importance of properties of translations. That is for the purpose of identifying a translation, otherwise separating a translation from other types of transformations in a situation where many types of transformations are given together. Right. Now we will look at one by one the properties of translations. Now first of all, we have this triangle. I will go to the coordinate plane, and this we have this triangle ABC. That is the object triangle. We translate this by the vector 6, 4. Then we will translate each point. 6 means rightward positive 6, rightward 6 units, and bottom value 4 positive, they are upward 4. Then to find the image of this, you go 6 units rightward, 4 units upwards, like this here, B dash. Then A dash also, you go 6 units rightwards and 4 units upwards. This is the point, A dash. Then for C dash also, you go 6 units rightward and 4 units upwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, this is the object. This is the image of C, that is C dash. Then we can draw the image triangle like this. Now we translated triangle ABC onto triangle A dash, B dash, C dash. Right. Now I drew the image. This is image. Now first property of translations. Now first of all, look at this side AB of this object triangle. It is translated onto side A dash, B dash. Side AB and side A dash, B dash are corresponding sides there, because this is the side that has been mapped onto this side, A dash, B dash. Therefore the side AB and side A dash, B dash are corresponding sides. Then if you look at the length of these two, they are equal. Length of these two, this side AB and A dash B dash side, those two sides are equal. If you take this side AC and A dash C dash side in the image, then this side AC of the object has been translated onto the side A dash C dash of the image. Therefore the side AC and A dash B dash, A dash C dash side are corresponding sides. Then side AC equals side A dash C dash. Then if you take the side BC, is also translated onto side B1 and side B dash C dash. They have those two also corresponding sides. They are also equal. Then first property is the corresponding object and image sides are equal. This side equals this one. This side equals this one. This side equals this one. So that is one of the first property that we discuss. The first property of translation that we can observe from this example. Corresponding object and image sides are equal in length. Corresponding object and image sides are equal. That is the first property. Now the second property. Second property is, now look at this angle. This angle BAC, it is upon angle B dash A dash C, this angle. Then these two angles are equal. These are corresponding angles because the angles that are mapped onto each other are corresponding angles. Then this angle equals this one. Equally, this one also equal to this one. This angle equals this angle. This angle equals this angle. So then other important properties, corresponding angles in the object and the image are equal. Corresponding angles of the object and image are equal. That is the second property. Corresponding angles of the object and image are equal. Now third property. Now if you join these corresponding points of the object and image, A is translated down to A dash, then these two are corresponding points. We connect those two. Right. Now B and B dash are corresponding points. We connect those two. Then C and C dash are also corresponding points. Corresponding object and image points. We connect those two also. Now the important property is here. These lines connecting corresponding object and image sides are parallel to each other. These lines are parallel. These are the lines joining corresponding object and image points. Then these lines joining corresponding object and image points are parallel to each other and they are equal in length also. The next property is straight lines joining corresponding object and image points are parallel and equal in length. That is the next property. Now we have discussed 3 points. Now next one is, if you look at this triangle and this triangle, they are equal in shape and size. This triangle is equal to this one in shape and size. That means if two figures are equal in shape and size, they are called congruent figures. Then object and image are congruent figures. Otherwise they are equal in shape and size. That is the other property. Now other properties, translations, you may remember we discussed in previous videos. This translation occurs by a translation vector. Here this translation was effected by this vector. This translation occurred by this vector. Therefore always translation occurs by a vector. That is one of the properties. Then next one is this, when this object is translated onto the image, there is image, this object does not turn. What happens? This object move along straight lines. It does not turn like this. it does not turn. See, direction of B hasn't changed, A hasn't changed, C hasn't changed, only the position has changed. So there's no turn in the object, right? That is all properties of translations, right? Now we go to another example to see there are certain instances where these translations are recurring translations. We will go to an example and see how recurring translations affect. Recurring translations can be either the object is same object is translated by several vectors, or the object is translated and the image is translated by depending on the same vector, and one after the other images are translated by different vectors of the same vector, right? Now we will take a situation now we will take this triangle ABC. ABC triangle, object triangle. Say this is translated by the vector 4 minus 3, right? What do you mean by 4 minus 3? For each object point must be moved 4 units rightward and 3 units downward. Then we will find the image of A. 4 units rightward, 3 units downward, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4 here. That is A dash. Sorry, we made a mistake. Erase it off, right? Now the vector says move point A 4 units rightward and 3 units downwards. Then we will move these points rightwards first, 1 2 3 4, then 3 units downwards, 1 2 3 here, A dash. Then we will find the position of B dash. Point B also should be moved by 4 units rightward, 3 units downwards, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 here. That is B dash. Then point C also is moved 4 units rightward, 3 units downwards, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 here. This is the position of C dash, right? Now we can obtain the image. Now you may be asked to translate this image by vector three, 4. We will see how it is done. Now this was translated onto this by vector 4 minus 3. This is asked to be translated by the vector 3 4. Now we will find the image of each of these points. This 3 means positive 3 means rightward movement by 3, 4 means down upward movement by 4. 1 2 3, 1 2 3 4 here. That is B dash, B double dash. Now next one, A dash. We will find the position of A dash. Move 3 units rightwards, 4 units upwards. 1 2 3, 1 2 3 4 here. That is A double dash. Then C, we will translate C dash also by this vector 3 4. 3 in rightwards, 4 in upwards, 1 2 3, 1 2 3 4. So these are the C double dash. So these are the points of the image. Now we can draw the image triangle. Right, this image. Right, now what we did was, first of all, first triangle ABC was translated by the vector -3 onto this, onto A dash B dash C dash. Triangle A dash B dash C dash was translated by this vector 3 4 onto triangle B A double dash B double dash C double dash. So this is the recurring translation. Translation is followed on and on, one after the other. Now here what we did was, the image of the triangle ABC was translated in the second time. But there can be a case without translating this one, this same thing will be given to be translated by another vector. This is first given to be translated by this vector, then again you may be asked to translate this ABC triangle itself by another vector like 6 5 or something. So there you may get that kind of questions. Therefore think of that and practice this, and we are meeting today. Video ends with that, and we are meeting with another video on translations, offering you some more exercises and examples, and finish the translation lesson by the next video. Thank you so much. Have a nice time, and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon also to have the notifications of new videos. Thank you.